Councils facing financial difficulties are liquidating assets valued at hundreds of millions of pounds in order to keep themselves from declaring bankruptcy. To pay off short-term debts, parking lots, property designated for new construction, and even galleries and museums are being put up for sale. Others, however, say they have never experienced a more challenging financial situation, thus they are refusing to profit. Labour-driven. The goal of Southampton City Council's asset sales is to generate £121.6 million. The BBC was informed that the 800-year-old Tudor house and gardens in the city, along with the structure housing the John Hansard Gallery, were among the properties that were once being considered for sale. As of right present, the council has declared that it is not thinking of selling either building. The BBC is aware that parking lots and office buildings are on the list of properties that might be auctioned. Council members wish to offer institutional buyers first dibs on properties that will remain in the public domain. The government has given 6 councils, exceptional, authority to deviate from the maxim that capital account funds should not be used to cover revenue shortfalls. This is about having a pragmatic approach and agreeing financial flexibilities to help them balance their budgets and deliver vital services, a Department of Communities official stated. Getting rid of the family silver. However, not everyone agrees with the notion of selling the family silver in order to settle debt. The Lib Dem-run neighbour of Portsmouth has an impressive collection of antique silver that is utilised for ceremonial events in the city's old Guildhall. Among the antiques is the 1525 silver gilded Bodkin cup, which is insured for almost £1 million on its own. All political party council members agree that it would be disrespectful to sell artifacts pertaining to the history of the city. They were frequently given as gifts. Council members in Labour-run Oxford are eager to sell a specific piece of silver. Since it is believed to celebrate animal cruelty, a hunting trophy depicting a caught fox being held above the hounds has been kept hidden from the public for a while. It is estimated that the moral trophy is worth £185,000. At auction, the Lord Mayor's car's license plate, FC1, can bring in even more money. It is currently estimated to be worth 10 times the value of the Nissan electric vehicle it is currently mounted on. Everything has to go right. Numerous other councils across the nation are searching through their attics for assets to liquidate, frequently against the objections of their local communities. Birmingham City Council, the biggest local government in Britain, is selling off the most assets as it tries to get its finances in order after essentially declaring bankruptcy. The government-acquired Labour Authority is selling an adventure park with a motorsport theme to Birmingham City Football Club, which intends to develop the area into a new stadium. More controversially, it intends to sell off heritage sites like Solihull Mill, which inspired writer J.R.R. Tolkien, and close many of its 35 public libraries. This move has sparked a campaign against the cuts. Another local government deeply in debt is Thurrock Council, which was under Conservative control until a budget debate last month. The reason for this is a botched solar farm venture. The head of the Tory group says that the council is not planning a fire sale of properties, which include parking lots, industrial estates, and a former library. Since 2010, English municipalities have sold approximately 75,000 public assets for a total estimated value of £15 billion, according to research conducted by the think tank IPPR. Local government is left with no choice but to sell off assets that belong to the public, stated Zoe Billingham, director of IPPR North. It won't be evident to communities around the nation why or how much these asset transactions will proceed with. Our public space will suffer an irreversible loss as a result of this mass sell-off. She contends that government ought to heed the warnings of our local leaders and provide local funding that is proportionate to need and reflects rising demand and cost. Do people concur? However, if the public isn't benefiting from council-owned antiques and other treasures, why shouldn't they be sold? We conducted a poll to see how popular it would be with Portsmouth voters to find buyers for some of the city's cutlery. Adam Strawbridge, a 37-year-old, thought the city had good reason to keep the silver. I believe that once it's gone, so we should preserve it. Why would you get away of the silver from the city when you wouldn't get rid of anything from the Mary Rose or HMS Victory, for example? The council should do more to promote its historic wealth, according to 18-year-old student David Oney, who said, "I don't know if they value history over money." However, 30-year-old Colleen Wilson thought the silver ought to go. There are many homeless people. People must have somewhere to reside. It's not making any progress. Isn't it just going to gather dust? In actuality, Portsmouth City Council has spent millions on additional assets intended to generate income during the past 10 years. Its £110 million worth of real estate holdings, which include a DHL warehouse close to Birmingham and a Waitrose store in Somerset, provide a healthy profit. The council wants more latitude to buy more properties for business purposes and possibly even sell ones whose income has declined. But Portsmouth's real, family silver, is being kept under wraps and isn't for sale, unlike the rival port of Southampton on the south coast.